The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
In the first half of 2026, Georgia's exports increased by 20%, reaching 3.9 billion. Geostat will publish its detailed foreign trade report on July 20th, which will provide a breakdown of the goods whose exports and imports have increased. In the first half of 2026, remittances to Georgia increased by 4%, reaching $1.9 billion. In June, remittances totaled $348 million, representing an increase of $78 million or 4% compared to the same period last year. By source country, the United States remained the largest contributor of remittances to Georgia. Italy ranked second with $325 million, reflecting 10% growth. A 6-kilometer section of the Samtredia-Grigoleti Highway has been opened. Construction of the third 12-kilometer section of the Samtredia-Grigoleti Expressway has been completed and it has been fully open to traffic. As a result, 42.5 kilometers of the highway, total 52 kilometers, are now operational. The remaining 9.5-kilometer first section is scheduled for completion and opening in 2027. Turkmenistan and Georgia have signed a memorandum on economic cooperation. The document aims to deepen partnership in the fields of construction, industry, high technologies, research and development, innovation, and technical regulation. Prime Minister Kobakhidze has issued decrees approving agreements on the supply of natural gas and electricity from Azerbaijan. Georgia and Azerbaijan signed a 20-year natural supply agreement. They also concluded an agreement on the supply and transit of electricity through Georgia. Tbilisi City Hall will sign 287.6 million Georgian lari contract with the Turkish registered joint venture for the construction of the 7.5-kilometer Didube-Didi-Romi tramline and depot. The Emre-led joint venture submitted a bid of 287 million Georgian lari, which is approximately 129 million below the project's estimated procurement value of 416 million Georgian lari. According to the Tbilisi Architecture Service, approval has been granted for the demolition of the Reich tubes at 14,000 square meter structure located in Rike Park. The property is currently owned by Rike Dom LLC, which is itself owned by Macro Property. The company has not presented a hotel development project for the site following demolition, nor has it commented publicly on its plans. The Georgian Business Association has published the results of the second quarter Business Climate Index. According to the survey, the Business Climate Index increased by 5.1 points from the previous quarter. Among all sectors, the service sector recorded the strongest business climate, with businesses reporting both the most favorable current conditions and the most optimistic expectations for the future.
This is The Checkpoints. I'm Eleni Guangelashvili, author and the host of the show, and the Checkpoints team is ready to sum up business and economics week for you. Business confidence in Georgia improved in the second quarter of 2026, according to the latest BAG index published by the Georgian Business Association. The business climate indicator increased by 5.1 points compared to the previous quarter, reaching 47.6 points. Companies reported stronger assessments of both their current situation and future expectations. The current business conditions index rose by 11.4 points, while the expectations indicator quarter improved by 10.1 points. The services sector recorded the highest business climate score, with companies expressing the most positive views on both current activity and future prospects. Businesses identified a shortage of qualified specialists and legal and administrative barriers as the main challenges affecting operations, while the impact of workforce shortages decreased slightly. Concerns over regulatory barriers increased by 6 percentage points, and weaker demand became a more significant issue. Overall, 57% of surveyed companies reported factors limiting business activity, a 2 percentage point decline from the previous quarter. The BAG index is based on assessments from members of the Georgian Business Association and follows the methodology of Germany's Institute for Economic Research. Georgia is in talks with Alshaya Group over the potential entry of international fashion retailer Primark, according to Mikhail Khidureli, head of the country's investment agency. Speaking at the official opening of the first Starbucks in Georgia, Khidureli said cooperation with Alshaya Group extends beyond Starbucks, as the Kuwaiti franchise operator manages more than 70 international brands, including H&M and Victoria's Secret. We're not limiting our cooperation to Starbucks. We're also discussing other major brands, including Primark, Khidureli said, without providing details on the stage of negotiations or a possible timeline for the retailer's entry into the Georgian market. Alshaya Group operates more than 4,000 stores across 16 countries, employs over 40,000 people, and has been present in Georgia through its local subsidiary since 2018. More on business this week comes from Natia Taktakishvili.
A historic building at Kosovo Street 49 in Tbilisi is being transferred into a multifunctional premium development, marking Immobiliare's first project in the real estate development sector. The project is part of the DMG Group's broader urban development strategy and aims to combine heritage preservation with modern architecture. Built in 1936, the building previously housed the central administration of tea industry and later the Ministry of Agriculture. DMG Group founder Kahi Jordania said the company wanted to create a project with a unique identity rather than develop another commercial property. The historic facade will fully restored, while new architectural elements will be integrated into the regional structure. The project will include 81 apartments, commercial spaces, restaurant, wellness center, fitness areas, residence club, and underground parking. The total investment in Kosovo 49 is estimated at around 200 million lari, with completion planned by the end of 2027. DMG Group views the project as the first step in a larger urban transformation plan, which includes future developments around former industrial sites and rather area of Tbilisi, with a combined investment value expected to exceed 1 billion lari. Starbucks has officially opened its first cafe in Georgia, marking the brand's entry into the local market with a new location at Axis Towers in Tbilisi. This store will begin operating in soft launch mode on July 3. Is operated by Alshaya Group, Starbucks licensed franchise partner for the Middle East and Turkey. Alshaya Group CEO John Haden said the company had considered entering the Georgian market for years, but decided that now was the right time due to the country's growing coffee culture, strong consumer demand, and positive recognition of the Starbucks brand. The company plans to expand its presence by opening several additional stores in Tbilisi over the next 12 or 18 months before considering expansion into other Georgian cities. Kuwait-based Alshaya Group operates more than 4,000 stores across 16 countries, representing around 70 international brands, including Starbucks, H&M, Chipotle, MAC, and American Eagles. In Turkey alone, the group manages 685 Starbucks locations. Kakheti-based Eskiz Boutique Hotel closed June with 83% occupancy as the region's tourist season gains momentum. The hotel's marketing head, Nia Patarashvili, told BMG TV. According to Patarashvili, demand has been particularly strong among domestic travelers, with weekends fully booked. Although sustainable weather slightly delayed the peak season, the hotel maintained positive dynamics through special offers and activities aimed at boosting weekday occupancy. She said August weekend are fully booked, while autumn reservations are already coming in, with weekend occupancy averaging around 70%. The hotel also organizes music events and entertainment events to offer guests more than just accommodation. Around 80% of Eskiz Hotel's guests are Georgian, though foreign demand is increasing, especially from Germany, Italy, Poland and China. The hotel has kept prices unchanged compared to the last year, focusing on consumer retention. Batarashvili said seasonality and rising competition remain key challenges for Kakheti's hospitality sector, but Eskiz aims to attract visitors year-round. Investment company KAZ Group, which has been operating in Georgia since 2016, has invested 120 million lari in the country over the past decade. KAZ Group CEO Ekaterina Tordia discussed the company's projects and future plans during an interview with BMG TV. The group's most well-known project is KAZland Talca Canyon Resort, unique tourist destination combining modern infrastructure, accommodation, facilities and adventure attractions. The resort includes a glass bridge, visitor center, diamond restaurant and 55-room hotel with a spa, pool and conference facilities, hotel-style cottages, a bike, zipline, cannon swing, amusement park, go-karts, trampoline park and other entertainment spaces. According to Tordia, KAZ Group currently directly employs more than 200 people and industry supplies over 1,000 jobs, with most employees being local residents. They emphasized that the company focuses on combining nature preservation with a safe and high-quality infrastructure featuring unique eco-tourist experience for visitors. The company owning Borjo Milikani Hotel joint stock company Borjo Milikani International ended 2025 with a profit of 49 million lari. According to the company's financial report, the result was driven by higher guest numbers, increased revenue from rooms, food and beverages and spa services, as well as significant revaluation of hotel assets. In 2025, the hotel generated 15 million lari in revenue, up by 3.5% year-on-year. Room revenue increased to 8 million lari, while food and beverage revenue reached 6 million lari and spa service income rose to 1.32 million lari. The hotel operational performance also improved, with average annual occupancy increasing from 56% in 2020 to 58% in 2025. Borjo Milikani was owned by Georgian Development Fund in 2025. Following the fund's liquidation in 2026, its assets were transferred to National Agency of State Property. The five-star resort hotel has 151 rooms and offers accommodation, restaurants, spa and wellness services. Positioning a brand on the official Paris Fashion Week calendar requires more than creativity. It also demands strong operational and logistical capabilities, according to Irakli Rusadze, co-founder and creative director of Georgian fashion label Situationist. Rusadze said, competing alongside global luxury brands is especially challenging for companies from smaller markets like Georgia, where the fashion industry is still developing. He credited Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Tbilisi and the international success of Georgian designer Demna Gvasalia with helping rise global interest in Georgian fashion. He noted that sourcing premium fabrics, producing high-quality garments and finding skilled workers remain major challenges, as most materials must be imported from countries such as Italy and Japan. High international shipping costs have also been a hurdle for brands selling abroad. Despite these challenges, Situationist is continuing its expansion by opening its first flagship store in Tbilisi, growing its production team and preparing to present its Spring-Summer 2027 collection at Paris Fashion Week later this year. A new accommodation facility, Hatzoali Cottages, has opened in Mestia at an altitude of 2,000 meters above sea level. The project includes 10 premium-class cottages, which were completed in spring and are already welcoming visitors. According to founder Becca Kanchaveli, the investment cost for each cottage was around $70,000, bringing the total project investment to approximately $700,000. Each 10 square meter cottage can accommodate up to 6 guests and include 2 bedrooms rooms with private bathrooms, a living room, a fully equipped kitchen and 2 balconies. The facility is already attracting both Georgian and international visitors, with demand particularly increasing from Chinese tourists. Kanchaveli expects occupancy during the current season to reach 80 or 90%. Accommodation price were depending on the number of guests, ranging from 270 lari to 300 lari for 2 people to around 400 lari a fully booked cottage. The founder says further development of tourist infrastructure in Suwanati remain essential, especially for winter season. She highlighted the need for additional ski routes and longer cable car operating tours to improve the region's achievements. Future plans for Hattuali cottages include expanding the site with an outdoor swimming pool and recreational areas. Donkey Farm Virlandia has expanded its operations and launched an eco-tourist space near the village of Gamarjueba, close to Tbilisi. According to farm founder Tornike Tepnadze, the facility has already started welcoming visitors after 4 months of development works, with a total investment of approximately 10,000 lari. The new eco-tourist area includes specially designed infrastructure for guests, including a relaxation zone, a small cottage, a shop selling the farm's products, and an enclosed area where visitors can see selected animals. This space was created to provide guests with a closer connection to the farm environment and animals. Visitors to Virlandia can interact with the animals, feed, pet them, ride donkeys and horses, enjoy time in nature. The experience package also includes boat trips on the nearby lake, fishing, and opportunities to taste the purchased donkey milk and products made from it, including handmade soaps. The farm visit costs 30 lari for children under 7 years old and 50 lari for adults. Guests can also add a meal option for an additional 30 lari per person, featuring traditional and simple dishes such as barbecue, salads, khachapuri, lobiani, cheese, vegetables, and other local foods.
The National Bank of Georgia has launched a new online comparison platform that allows consumers to compare payment service fees, currency exchange rates, and deposit interest rates offered by commercial banks and payment service providers. According to the NBG, the new feature is designed to help customers make more informed financial decisions by providing key information from multiple financial institutions in a single online space. Previously, customers had to visit the websites of individual banks to compare payment service fees, exchange rates, and deposit offers. The new platform consolidates this information, reducing the time and effort required to evaluate different products. The platform enables users to compare fees for payment account services offered by different commercial banks, filter products based on selected criteria, and compare banking offers, access up-to-date exchange rates published by commercial banks, use calculators for payment services, deposits, card transactions, and currency exchange to estimate costs, compare effective deposit interest rates, and identify the most suitable savings option. Speaking at the presentation of the platform, NBG Governor Natia Turnava said the initiative represents another important step toward improving consumer access to financial information and promoting informed decision-making. The new functionality allows consumers to compare the terms offered by different banks in one place and make informed choices. This initiative will improve access to information while strengthening transparency and healthy competition in the banking sector, Turnava said. The presentation was attended by representatives of commercial banks, microbanks, microfinance institutions, payment service providers, project partners, and invited guests. According to the central bank, the platform allows users to compare both individual payment service fees and bundled service packages. It also displays the cost of related services and separately calculates recurring charges, making it easier to assess the total cost of banking services. Users can search for information using various filters, including the type of service delivery channel, such as branch, internet banking, or mobile banking, and the preferred currency. The platform is designed for both individual and corporate customers. The website also includes several financial calculators. A basic calculator estimates the fee for a specific transaction, while an advanced calculator projects a user's total annual banking costs based on selected services and usage patterns. A dedicated sophisticated card transaction calculator estimates the cost of using a bank card abroad by taking into account foreign exchange conversions, exchange rates, applicable commissions, and the card issuer's conversion fees, helping users identify the most cost-effective payment card. The platform also provides real-time comparisons of commercial banks' exchange rates. Users can enter a desired amount to compare offers from different banks, while the currency conversion calculator estimates the outcome of a transaction and helps identify the most favorable exchange rate. In addition, the website provides information on the effective interest rates offered on commercial bank deposits, reflecting both the interest earned and all associated mandatory costs. Users can compare deposit products using a range of filters to find the option that best suits their needs. The National Bank noted that all information displayed on the platform is based on data submitted by commercial banks and may be updated at any time. Consumers are therefore advised to verify current exchange rates and service conditions with their chosen financial institution before completing any transaction. Georgia received $1.9 billion in remittances from abroad during the first 6 months of 2026, up 4% year-on-year, according to the latest data published by the NBG. The total increased by $78 million compared to the same period in 2025. June recorded the highest monthly inflow of the year, with $348 million transferred to Georgia, making a 10% annual increase. The United States remained the largest source of remittances, with $356 million sent during the first half of the year, up 11% from a year earlier. Italy ranked second with $325 million, posting 10% growth, while Russia was third with $250 million, an increase of 14% year-on-year. More on the economy this week in our short overview.
Tbilisi City Hall's architecture service has approved demolition of iconic Rihe Jags building in Rihe Park. The permit covers removal of 14,591 square meter structure currently owned by Rihe Dome LLC. The decision follows a May 2025 government resolution allowing redevelopment of the site. The new investor Macro Property acquired the project in June 2025 and is required to invest at least 44 million lari, though details for the planned hotel project have not yet been revealed. Designed by Italian architect Massimiliano Fucas, the building was intended as a music and exhibition center. Construction began in 2011 with around 89 million lari allocated for the project, but it was never completed after a change of the government. The property has changed hands several times, including a 2022 acquisition by businessman David Ridashvili, who planned a wine, digital art and technology museum. Details of the new development, including its design, scale and hotel brand, remain unknown. Georgia has launched one of the largest expansion projects for Shota Rustaveli Tbilisi International Airport. Prime Minister Irakli Kobakhidze announced at the project's opening ceremony. Under an agreement between the state and TAV Georgia, the investor will allocate more than $150 million to expand the airport's capacity and modernize infrastructure. The government says the project will strengthen Georgia's connectivity, tourist sector and investment potential. Kobakhidze highlighted the strategic importance of Tbilisi International Airport as a key part of the country's transport network, noting that modern infrastructure is essential for economic growth and competitiveness. Once completed, the expansion will increase the airport's annual passenger capacity to 10 million. The project also aims to improve passenger services and bring the airport closer to international standards. The price of liquefied petroleum gas in Tbilisi might rise to 1.80 lari per liter by the end of next week, according to the Association of LPG Importers and Retailers. Its president, Nariman Pitskheliani, said prices are being pushed up by both international market conditions and domestic costs. Pitskheliani said global factors, including tension in Iran and Russia-Ukraine war, have increased prices on international markets. He added that fines imported by Tbilisi City Hall on businesses also contribute to higher operating costs. Currently, LPG price in Tbilisi are around 1.70 lari per liter, while some regions have already reached 1.75 lari per liter. Georgia's LPG market is highly dependent on Russia, which supplies about 99% of imports due to restrictions on imports from Iran. Industry representatives are also seeking alternative supplies, including Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan. According to association, Kazakhstan could become a new source of LPG imports, although technical and regulatory barriers remain. The sector hopes that ongoing discussions with Kazakhstan will help create an additional supply route for the Georgian market. Tbilisi City Hall will announce a separate tender to purchase 10 tram vehicles alongside the construction of Didi-Dughomi-Didube tram line, Mayor Kakakaladze said. According to the mayor, procurement process will run in parallel with constructions through the estimated value and technical specification of tender have not yet been disclosed. The tram line and depot will be built by Turkish company Emre Ray Energy İnşaat, which won the contract with a 287.6 million lari bid, well below the project estimated 416.6 million lari budget. The 7.5-kilometer road will connect Didi-Dughomi with Didube metro station and include 11 stops. Under the project, each tram must have a capacity for at least 300 passengers. The design-build contract will be completed within 36 months, including 24 months of construction. Georgia's Ministry of Finance has introduced additional criteria for granting active taxpayer status through amendments to the country's tax administration regulations. According to a legislative review by BDO, taxpayers may qualify for active status if they have a registered and operational POS terminals, mobile POS or e-commerce terminal, maintain an active bank account, have issued tax documents, hold micro, small businesses or fixed tax status, or are registered as VAT taxpayers with a valid registration. The updated rules also take into account factors such as recent business registration, the submission of mandatory tax declarations, tax payments, and recorded turnovers through cash registers. The Ministry of Finance classifies taxpayers as active, passive, non-entrepreneurial individuals or liquidate for the purpose of assessing business activity. Martuli Canyon, one of Georgia's most popular protected areas, has attracted more than 1.7 million visitors since becoming a natural monument in 2016, according to the Agency of Protected Areas. Over the past decade, the site has developed major tourist infrastructure, including a visitor center, tourist facilities, boating areas, night lighting, a zip line, and cafe. A VR experience is also being introduced, while further innovations are planned. The canyon's growth has boosted the local economy, creating jobs and supporting tourist businesses. The area has expanded from one restaurant and one family hotel to 14 restaurants, 200 family hotels, 15 high-standard hotels, and 7 wine cellars. The site itself provides 150 jobs, with around 350 people involved in self-employment. In 2019, Martuli Canyon won recognition in European landscape competition under the Council of Europe's Landscape Convention. The attraction features a 700-meter walking route and a 300-meter boat trip along the Abasha River. Georgia exported 4.2 thousand tons of bay leaves worth $17.3 million in January-June 2026, according to the Ministry of Environmental Protection and Agriculture. Export volume increased by 23% year-on-year, while volumes grew by 27%. Compared with the same period in 2025, exports rose by 896 tons and generated an additional $3.3 million in revenue. The average export price of Georgian bay leaves stood at $4.1 per kilogram. China remained the largest market for Georgian bay leaves, accounting for 73% of exports. Russia was the second largest destination, receiving 50% of total exports.
legal entities under Georgia's central government, including LEPLs and NNLEs, held 1.1 billion lari in deposits at commercial banks at the end of 2025, according to the State Audit Office's report on state budget. The report shows that 833 million lari, 76%, was held in demand deposits and card accounts, while 264 million, 24%, was placed in fixed-term deposits by 20 institutions. Of the fixed-term deposits, 26 million lari had maturities of less than 1 year, 237 million lari had terms of 1 to 2 years, and 0.2 million was deposited for more than 2 years. Although the total declined from 1.2 billion in 2024 to 1.1 billion in 2025, it remains more than 4 times higher than in 2021, when deposits stood at 498 million lari. The State Audit Office has previously warned that the rapid growth of these deposits may indicate inefficient management of public funds, and has called for more centralized oversight of cash held by state-established entities. Transparency International Georgia says more than 4,700 public officials submitted asset declarations between September 2027 and April 2026, with 379 of them reporting gifts worth a combined 24 million lari. More than 60% of the total value, that is 14.9 million lari, came from parents, while most gifts consisted of real estate and cash. TI warns that the legal exemption for gifts from close relatives could create a loophole for disguising illicit income. The organization recommends that the State Audit Office verify whether donors had the financial means to provide high-value gifts. According to the report, 100 officials received real estate worth over 12.2 million lari, while 233 officials declared 11 million lari in cash gifts. The largest total amounts were reported by employees of the Interior Ministry, Foreign Ministry, Environment Ministry, Defense Ministry, and members of Parliament. Among the largest individual gifts were 930,000 lari received by Deputy Head of the Foreign Ministry's Internal Audit Department, Tamar Dolze, from her father, 900,000 in property received by former Khoni Council Chair Demur Sula Beridze from his mother, and 800,000 lari in real estate received by Rural Development Agency Director Zurab Gozalishvili from his mother. Martvili Canyon, one of Georgia's most popular protected areas, has welcomed more than 1.7 million visitors since opening as a natural monument on July 16, 2016. According to the Agency of Protected Areas, over the past decade, significant tourism infrastructure has been developed at the site, including a visitor center, tourist facilities, a boating area, night lighting, a zip line, and a cafe. A virtual reality system is also being introduced to further enhance the visitor experience, while the renovation of the visitor center is planned. The development of Martvili Canyon has also contributed to the local economy, creating new jobs and supporting tourism-related businesses. According to the agency, the number of restaurants in the area increased from 1 to 13, family hotels 1 to 200, while 15 high-standard hotels and 7 wine cellars have been established. The site itself provides 150 jobs, with around 350 people engaged in self-employment. In 2019, Martvili Canyon was recognized as a winner of a European landscape competition under the Council of Europe's Landscape Convention. The attraction offers visitors a 700-meter walking route and a 300-meter boat trip along the Abasha River, allowing guests to explore the canyon's unique natural environment. What does united in diversity really mean? How can two continents meet in one city? What can an ancient myth teach us about power today? During Europe Day, the visitors explored it all live in Batumi during the My Europe, My Future podcast. I will be leaving you off with a short video and see you next Sunday. Before that, stay tuned to BMG, it's worth it.
Welcome to the Europe Train from Tbilisi to Batumi. Dzvirpaso stumrebo, dzvirpaso megobrebo, mogesalme bit! Our objective is to bring European Union to Georgians.
Europe Day is all about showing the diversity of the European Union, showing the different cultures of the European Union. Batumi, being a port city on the Black Sea, I think that it knows diversity more than anyone else.
ამ დღეს აღნიშნავთ ერთად, იმიტომ რომ ეს არის ჩვენი დღე, ეს არის ევროპის დღე.
The Europe Day will be showing the results of 30 years of partnership between the EU and Georgia and how our assistance is changing the lives of Georgians.
I'm super excited that we are bringing Europe Day to Batumi. We do it for the second time and not the last time. And we will have many Europe Days all over Georgia. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all to Batumi for the opening of the first European Cine Tour. Tonight is the beginning of a journey of cinematography throughout Georgia. Cinema has a unique power to help to understand lives of people different than ourselves, while discovering how much we have in common. This is why cinema is one of Europe's greatest cultural treasures.
It is wonderful being in regions, can just promote our unity, our way of collaborating.
This Cine Tour celebrates the partnership between the European Union and Georgia. From Batumi, our European Cine Tour will be showing films from EU countries and from Georgia across 10 municipalities throughout the country.
ვისაუბრებ ბათუმზე, საქართველოზე, ევროკავშირზე.
Europe's strength precisely lies in our diversity and the rules that all of us follow.
Joining the European Union doesn't mean that you are losing your own characteristics. You are not losing your identity. We are Greeks. We have a lot of similarities with you Georgians, and you know it very well. We never, let's say, put aside our own beliefs, our own religion, our own traditions. On the contrary, we are nationals of certain countries, but at the same time, we are proud Europeans.
Being a member of the European Union has made sure that we've been able to enjoy nearly 80 years of peace.
Germany and Georgia, we have a very long history together. Germany would love Georgia to be part of the European Union.
One message stands out: Europe's diversity is not an obstacle to unity, it is the very foundation of the unity.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.